Welcome to Rare Moments, where science, nature, and pure chance come together to create some of the rarest moments ever captured on camera. Let's see how many of these unbelievable sights you can explain. If you see a tree that appears bare during the day but suddenly turns green overnight, don't assume it's something supernatural. Hundreds of parrots are hiding among the branches, using the tree as a safe place to rest through the night. I'm curious, what state are you watching from, and is the weather there treating you well today? Whale sharks are the largest fish in the world. They can grow up to 40 feet long and weigh around 44,000 pounds. By swimming with their mouths wide open, they filter thousands of gallons of seawater every hour to collect food. What you're seeing is not smoke. It's tons of dust and soil lifted into the air by a powerful rotating column of hot air, a phenomenon that often develops on intensely sunny days. We are looking at one of the famous natural spectacles of Monterey Bay, where nutrient-rich ocean currents attract enormous schools of small fish that can be seen from great distances. From the waters off Rio de Janeiro, this cloud appears to be a giant tsunami rising into the sky. In reality, it forms when powerful air masses collide within a storm system. Would you like to visit China one day to witness the beauty of a cloud blanket in person? If so, leave a number 1 in the comments below. This is how the ocean maintains its balance. Sea lions hunt to survive while schools of fish merge into massive living formations to improve their chances of survival. This scene recorded in Australia highlights the remarkable reproductive capacity of spiders. A single egg sac can contain anywhere from 100 to more than 1,000 spiderlings, and many of them hatch at nearly the same time. What made this supercell storm near Tres Arroyos, Argentina especially striking was the lowering, rotating cloud base. It is often a sign that the atmosphere contains an enormous amount of energy. This is not lightning. It is an electrical arc created by an exposed power line. Electrical arcs can reach temperatures of tens of thousands of degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to start fires, and create a dangerous zone even without direct contact. If you saw this in real life, would your first thought be a natural phenomenon or a UFO? Even without a tornado, powerful winds alone can cause major damage when the force on a tree's canopy exceeds the ability of its roots to hold firm. Fog is actually made up of millions of tiny water droplets suspended close to the ground. These droplets constantly scatter light, causing objects to disappear behind a thick white curtain.
这样特别明显。
哦，太有感觉了，雾在头顶飘。
Beneath this thick layer of ice lies a surprisingly active world. This seal must maintain breathing holes in the ice so it can surface for air whenever necessary. Are you watching on a phone or a big screen? Let us know in the comments and tell us whether you managed to spot the peregrine falcon locking onto its target among thousands of starlings.
And they're talking as well.
This scene may look unusual, but bees often cluster together when swarming or when temporarily gathering around a source of warmth and bright light. What is truly remarkable about sea snakes is not just their venom, but their ability to swallow prey several times wider than their own heads. You are looking at a lion's mane jellyfish with a bell measuring around 7 feet across and tentacles that can extend more than 120 feet, long enough to exceed the length of an adult blue whale. As rainwater seeps deep into the ground, the weight of a slope increases, while its stability decreases. That is why landslides can occur suddenly along mountain roads, as seen here in China. Have you ever witnessed a lightning strike while sitting inside a car? If so, leave a number 4 in the comments below. It may look slow, but this is an incredibly effective feeding strategy. Bride's whales use their enormous mouths to engulf huge volumes of water and fish in a single motion.
Check this out. Holy shit.
Ants are often attracted to the warmth and electromagnetic fields generated by electronic devices. When enough of them gather in one place, they can sometimes cause unexpected electrical failures.
No.
Is this the kind of moment you would instantly send to your friends the second you see it? This object, which looks like a giant sea serpent, is actually a floating structure designed to absorb wave energy and help reduce coastal erosion. As atmospheric waves move through moist air, water vapor condenses along the wave crests, creating the beautiful parallel cloud bands you see here. At first glance, it looks like a meteor plunging straight toward Earth, but that brilliant glow is actually produced when the object travels at extremely high speed, compressing and heating the air in front of it until it shines. These pigeons are taking part in a navigation training exercise. They can fly dozens of miles away and still find their way home by using Earth's magnetic field, the position of the sun, and familiar landscape features as guides. From a distance, this flow looks like a newly formed river cutting through the mountains. In reality, it is a debris flow from the Himalayas carrying water, mud, and massive boulders with tremendous destructive force. In Nariño, Colombia, energy that had been building along geological fault lines was suddenly released, producing an earthquake powerful enough to shake the entire region. Do you have a special ability that surprises other people? Let us know in the comments below. Right before your eyes is a massive swarm of locusts in Kazakhstan, where just one large swarm can consume dozens of tons of vegetation each day. The dye reveals what the naked eye can barely detect: a narrow but powerful current pulling water from the shore out to sea at an astonishing speed. When temperatures drop extremely low, water vapor in the air can crystallize directly into tiny ice crystals, creating a spectacular scene across the Austrian Alps.
Your slide is alive.
Each year, rainwater washes away small amounts of soil and rock. But when enough of that erosion accumulates, an entire slope can lose stability and create a shallow landslide like the one you are seeing. In large rivers such as the Ganges, the constant current continuously erodes the riverbank. When the soil loses its connection and strength, an entire section of shoreline can disappear in an instant. A meteorite plunged into the waters off Australia at tens of thousands of miles per hour, releasing enough energy to create a brilliant explosion in the sky. Indonesia looks like another planet in this moment. But in reality, when the air is filled with smoke dust or fine particles, red light can become the dominant color. The vertical smoke trail above made many people think of a UFO. However, cloud layers at different altitudes can sometimes create strange shapes like this. What you are seeing is a solar halo in Mexico formed when ice crystals in the atmosphere bend and reflect sunlight. We are witnessing new land being born in Hawaii. When lava meets seawater and cools down, it gradually forms new layers of rock. This scene looks exactly like a tsunami falling from the sky, but it is actually a massive shelf cloud appearing along the leading edge of a storm.
But it was yesterday.
A mini tornado right inside the living room. It may seem hard to believe, but it can happen when the right temperature difference and airflow come together. Lake Michigan looks as though it is tearing itself apart. But this is part of the natural ice melting process, when massive ice sheets lose their connection and break apart into large sections. What you are seeing in Atami is a mixture of soil, rock, and rainwater sliding downhill under the force of gravity, creating a flow with enormous destructive power. At the Showa River, an ice dam suddenly collapsed, releasing a massive surge of water. and ice downstream like an ice tsunami. In just a few minutes, it can sweep away trees, small bridges, and nearly everything along the riverbank. Comment number 4, if the performance of thousands of migrating birds across the sky impressed you. Next is the feather star, an ancient marine animal that has existed since the age of dinosaurs. When escaping danger, it can wave its delicate arms and swim through the water in a way that leaves many people amazed. The perfectly formed smoke rings emerging from Mount Etna in Sicily look like computer-generated effects. In reality, they are created when hot gas is compressed and expelled through narrow openings under nearly perfect conditions. Leave an 8 in the comments if you've ever held a hailstone large enough to surprise you. Residents of Xinjiang, China witness spectacular pillars of light across the night sky. When millions of tiny ice crystals reflect light in the same direction, they can create these striking vertical beams. This is not a painting. It is Lençóis Maranhenses in Brazil. Although it looks like an endless desert, it contains thousands of natural lagoons that form between vast white sand dunes.
What are you doing? That's an oarfish.
You may not know this, but the oarfish is one of the longest bony fish in the world. Its unusual appearance helped inspire many sea monster legends throughout history.
Maybe he smelled the fish.
Along the coast of Greece, powerful winds quickly turned an ordinary day into a challenge for everything on the beach. You are witnessing one of the major wildfires in California. Events like these do not just alter landscapes, they can have long-lasting effects on local communities and surrounding ecosystems. A fire tornado can reach heights of hundreds of feet and move with astonishing speed. It is one of the rarest and most powerful phenomena associated with large-scale wildfires. Over the skies of Wanasobo, this unusual white cloud captured the attention of many local residents. For them, it was one of the most beautiful gifts nature could offer. This creature can grow to nearly 10 feet in length. Its impressive size is exactly what makes an encounter like this so unforgettable. In San Sebastian, extreme weather can cause ocean waves to explode against coastal rocks, creating enormous columns of water. The result is a scene that is both beautiful and incredibly powerful. In Chile, visitors recorded a waterfall that appeared to flow upward into the sky. When winds become extremely strong along coastal cliffs, they can be powerful enough to push the falling water back into the air. A new eruption on Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula opened a fissure nearly a mile long. Streams of glowing lava continue to pour from the ground, creating a scene that is both breathtaking and powerful.
तो ये गर्दन भी यार रीडी है जो लेवल पे है नहीं है ये यहाँ देखो नहीं है या एक सेंटर ही से योदान माता रही हो.
The phenomenon of two heads on a single body has always fascinated people. Although extremely rare in nature, most animals born with this condition face significant challenges in survival. If you watch this video without any explanation, would you suspect it was generated by artificial intelligence? A mysterious object appeared in the sky over Oxnard, California, and sparked debate among many people. In your opinion, was it just an ordinary phenomenon or something still unexplained? Don't mistake these lights for CGI effects. They are actually thousands of bioluminescent organisms transforming a cave in New Zealand into what looks like a star-filled sky beneath the ground. You're not seeing things. This is Dalal, one of the harshest places on Earth, where extreme heat and colorful minerals coexist in a landscape that looks almost extraterrestrial. Every breeding season plants can release enormous amounts of pollen into the air. For nature, it is part of the cycle of life. For many people, it is the beginning of allergy season. In Baialopolye, a landslide in April 2024 left behind a dramatic reminder of how quickly landscapes can change when natural environments are disturbed by human activity. Can you imagine how much heat is radiating from this stream of lava? The deep blue color at the bottom of this iceberg is not a reflection of the ocean. It is created by ice that has been compressed and compacted under immense pressure for a very long time. Have you ever witnessed an avalanche in person? Pay close attention to the circle floating in the sky. At first glance, it is easy to mistake it for a mysterious flying object, but in many cases it is simply a smoke ring created by a small explosion or fireworks. The plains of Alberta, Canada have recorded massive tornadoes formed by the collision of different air masses. In a very short time, they can completely transform the landscape along their path. Share your thoughts about the scene you just watched. In your opinion, what was the most impressive part? It is difficult to describe the feeling of watching a familiar home change dramatically in such a short time because of the power of nature.
Watch the edge, watch the edge.
In the middle of one of the driest regions in the United States, these vivid blue waters seem almost impossible. It is one of the many reasons why Grand Canyon continues to attract visitors from around the world. In Sweetser, a severe hailstorm quickly turned the ground white. Within a short period of time, the landscape looked more like winter than an ordinary rainstorm. Some areas of the western United States have experienced years of consecutive drought. Extreme weather events like these remind us that nature is constantly changing in unpredictable ways. In Alaska, enormous blocks of ice regularly break away from glaciers and fall into the ocean during events known as calving. Each event can generate waves powerful enough to affect nearby boats. At first glance, the beach in Cape Town, South Africa, looks as though it has just experienced a heavy snowfall. In reality, the white blanket covering the shore is sea foam, blown inland by strong winds. Many people believe they had witnessed a star colliding with the moon. However, a more likely explanation is that a small meteor struck the lunar surface at extremely high speed. If you enjoy rare and astonishing moments from nature, do not forget to subscribe and join us on future adventures. Right in front of you are thousands of Mastigias papua, drifting beneath the water like glowing golden lanterns. It is a scene that makes many people feel as though they have stepped into another world. When flooding occurs, conditions can change within minutes. Water pressure, mud, and floating debris often make situations far more dangerous than people expect. In the Philippines, prolonged heavy rainfall frequently destabilizes the ground. When water accumulation exceeds the soil's ability to absorb it, the risk of landslides can increase significantly. If you were showing this moment to someone else, which detail would you point out first? We are witnessing Iceland's famous geothermal power. When pressure beneath the ground reaches its limit, hot water and steam erupt upward, creating spectacular geysers.
Oh my God.
It is rare to see fire and ice in the same frame. But when methane trapped beneath the ice escapes, it can sometimes ignite and create an unforgettable sight. If the beauty of these ice flowers fascinates you, don't forget to leave a like to support the channel. Scenes like this reveal one of the warning signs that experts often emphasize. When the ocean suddenly retreats far from shore, it can sometimes indicate that a large wave is forming offshore. This phenomenon shows us that the road surface is sometimes nothing more than a thin layer, hiding instability underneath.
Tampak. Bukan warna tu. Kayaknya ya.
When sunlight passes through hexagonal ice crystals in the atmosphere, a phenomenon known as a sundog appears. The result is the bright points of light you can see on either side of the sun in Sweden. A group of visitors in California was fortunate enough to witness approximately 300 dolphins moving together at the same time. The scene looked like a living river racing across the ocean. Sometimes all it takes is the perfect combination of wind, humidity, and light for the sky to create shapes that seem almost unreal. The famous cloud over Bursa, Turkey is a perfect example. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. If these strange and astonishing moments surprised you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who loves exploring the world.